So, in days to come, we're going to be talking about ill-gotten gains. One of the key scriptures I'm going to zoom in on is Micah 3, verse 10. And so, let's get to it. Let's put it into context here. Micah 3, verse 8. But as for me, I am filled with power, with the Spirit of the Lord, and with justice and might, to declare to Jacob his transgression, to Israel his sin. Hear this, you leaders of Jacob, you rulers of Israel who despise justice and distort all that is right, who build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with wickedness. Her leaders judge for a bribe, her priests teach for a price, and her prophets tell fortunes for money. So again, going to verse 10 again, who build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with wickedness. So we see in Isaiah, it says that the fire is in Zion and the furnace is in Jerusalem. We see here in Micah 3, verse 10, it says that God is mad at them because they build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with wickedness. You see, when you look at the Bible, you must know that the end of the Bible ends with the earth sinking. We know this for many reasons, okay? First and foremost, we know this from Proverbs 1, verse 18 and verse 19. We know this also for Isaiah 28, verse 17. We'll be connecting this in the future when I talk about Zechariah verse 5. And in Zechariah 5, it tells us about the whole land of Babylonia, which becomes the whole world, and how a place is being prepared for the wicked. In Proverbs 1, we see that those who go after ill-gotten gain lose their life. In Proverbs 9, lose their soul, lose their spirit, what have you. In Proverbs 9, we see that folly is an unruly woman. She is simple and she knows nothing. She is stupid. She, ignores correction. She refuses to change her ways. We get that from coupling that chapter with the other verses in Proverbs. And also in Proverbs 9, it says that she says that stolen water is sweet and food eaten in secret is delicious. He goes on to say that little does she know that her guests are in the realm of the dead. A key part here, for all of you who are on the wrong side of this debate, write down Proverbs 9, write down this part. Little does she know. Again, little does she know. Or excuse me, I'm not looking at it right now. It's actually little do they know that they're in the realm of the dead. Her guests are in the realm of the dead. Something to that effect. Okay, I'm doing this off the top of my head, and I'm being fumed right now. I've been fumed in every vehicle I've been in, pretty much. I've been fumed in my father's vehicle, my vehicle, the 4 rentals. This is the 4th. Okay, so the first rental was the Nissan Altima or something. The second was the Mustang. The third was a black Dodge Hornet, and this is the 4th, a red Dodge Hornet. So anyway, it's saying that her guests are in the realm of the dead, and they don't know that. It reminds me of all these people who think that they can continue to build on ill-gotten gains, and that magically they're going to be magically here on earth. Well, there's various problems there. One is they make the argument that they're not going to die, right? That they'll be in the flesh, but they're not going to die. So if you're going to be in the flesh, right, and the body is very much a reproductive vessel, what happens when, people keep having kids and nobody dies? There'll be billions and billions and billions and billions of people. Where will you fit them? Will you all stand on each other's shoulders? Will you build, unnatural buildings to the sky? How will that work out? Certainly you know that the Garden of Eden is a natural place. The Bible says that people are punished by coming into, partially, one part of the Bible says that they come into an unnatural lust, an unnatural sexual desire for each other. The word used was unnatural. Okay? So it's very problematic, their view, right? Furthermore, I bring this up quite often when I correct these people. We see that there's a lot of dung on the ground, right? So to you, you want to live forever on a planet that was forged from generations and thousands of years, literally millions of years of animals going to the bathroom on the ground. Okay? The Bible not only says that heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. Okay? It also says that the righteous trample the wicked. It says that the wicked return to the dust and that the snake will be licking dust. Right? So when it says mankind returns to the dust, it's referring to the inhabitants of the earth in rebellion against God. Right? That's why it says the snake licks dust. That's why the snake was punished by clinging to the earth. Right? It's crawling on the ground, on its belly. Okay? And in Isaiah 66, we'll get to that, where it says that the rebels are being devoured by a worm that never dies. And it's suggesting that occurs forever. That the worm that devours them will never die. The fire that burns them will never be quenched. We'll get into that later on in this trip series. We'll be going to Oakland. We'll be going to Santa Cruz. We'll be going to San Jose. Bear with me. Because I had said that I was going to go to Oakland because two shorts brother was killed outside of his cannabis grow or his friend's cannabis grow or some kind of cannabis grow operation. So I said I'm going to go over there, okay, with what little time I have left on this planet. So we also see that the worm, when we look it up, is an archaic, they say that the worm is an archaic word for a snake. And we see that the ancient serpent, the devil, is used, and also the ancient dragon, the devil, is used in various translations. So the worm and the snake and the dragon are connected. Also, Jacob is referred to as a worm. We'll be going over that. So keep in mind, just giving you a heads up of what's to come. I don't want to waste this day, so I decided to kind of make this video even though it's raining. I got my car rental in advance, and I saved some money on it. But unfortunately, several days during this trip are going to be full of rain, and it's been raining pretty heavily recently over here in the Morgan Hill, San Jose area in Northern California. So yeah, again, we'll be zooming in on the ill-gotten gains and how God is saying he's not going to forget their ill-gotten gains. They're supposed to obey God to me. We'll be proving that. So again, it says, "Hear this, you leaders of Jacob, you rulers of Israel, who despise justice and distort all that is right." So they're distorting all that is right, including the idea of doing justice to the new heaven and the new earth, which is not going to be here. We see that also in Galatians 4, where it says that there's a Jerusalem in the spiritual realm. Okay, so Jerusalem is supposed to be a place on earth, okay, and has a place in heaven. That means that there's an earth on earth and there's an earth in heaven, so to speak, an earth with God that God is going to be creating. And there's going to be a new heaven because the relationship between man and God in heaven will change. And so will heaven change to accommodate them. So there'll be a new heaven and a new earth. So again, we're going to be zooming in on Micah 3 verse 10, where it says they build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with wickedness. And that has everything to do with the ill-gotten gains that Micah goes on and on about. Thank you.